Mastering this single skill, trust me, will transform you in many ways. It will change the way you look at yourself, and it will change how people look at you, at your workplace, in your relationships, with your friendship. Trust me when I say this, it's a game changer. It's a game changer when you think about your relationships. It's a game changer when you think about your effectiveness with communication. Ever feel a panic when you see a message, got a minute, from your boss without any context? Or have you dreaded an invitation from your friend which has been very vague? Or perhaps, what about when you share a big idea and someone immediately points out the flaws? How about your partner misunderstanding what you're really meaning to say and only focusing on what is being said by you? If you're tired of conversations leaving you drained and misunderstood, you're not alone. Stick around, because in this video, that's what we are going to unfold and exactly break down in terms of how do we really fix these everyday communication failures for good. Welcome to the channel, The K Notes, where we unfold the aspects of growth mindset and personal development by breaking stereotypes. And this is your host, Kaustav. Well, if you're thinking that if this is going to be another video on communication skills, absolutely yes. But there is more to it. Most of us are taught the basic facets of communications, essentially about what to say, the vocabulary, and how to say it, basically the tone, the body language, etc. Nobody taught us to learn about why any conversation seems off. Why does it become about the impact of what we have said instead of what we really meant? This strategic layer of conversation and communication is what we will unfold today in this video. Through this video, I'm going to teach you and tell you how you can elevate your communication skill in such a way that it will move you from frustration to influence at your workplace. It will move you from resentment to fostering relationship with your friends, peers, and partners. What we are going to explore today is the art of managing the context of a communication or a conversation versus the content of the communication. So let me start by telling you my personal experience. In my last job, I used to get these bursts of inspiration. I'd see a path to something amazing, a new campaign, a new idea, a better process. And I'd get so energized. I'd go to my boss, practically buzzing, and say, imagine if we could do this. Imagine if we can bring this. How about we reinvent? How about we change the way we do our work, the way we engage with our clients? It could be seamless, it will be efficient, it will be effective, and bring so much of value. And without fail, my boss, he'd lean back, and his first question would be, what's the step 3 of the process that you're thinking? What are the specific requirements that you would need? My heart would just sink every single time. Honestly, it became like every day I would go with 3 ideas and he would shut them down then and there. In my head, I thought that I was visionary. I was thinking big picture. I was bringing ideas to the table. But in his head, I was just unprepared, all flighty, all energetic, but no follow through. And after a while, I'll be honest with you, I stopped bringing him any ideas. I'd have the spark and then immediately shut it down myself, thinking, what's the point? He'll just ask for the details that I will not have. I felt completely defeated, deflated, and lost so much of confidence. But here's what I realized later. We are both right and we were both wrong. I wasn't wrong for thinking big, and he wasn't wrong for caring about the details. The failure was that we were speaking completely different languages with each other. I was speaking big picture, he was listening in practical execution. I missed the fact that he needed a blueprint to trust my vision. He missed that I needed a little green light before I could even start drawing the blueprint. We were stuck in a cycle where my strength felt to me as a weakness, his strength felt like a roadblock to me. And once I understood this, it changed everything, because that's where I created my personal communication cheat sheet, which I'm going to share with. This communication cheat sheet that I'm talking about is no long fancy document. It's a simple 3-question list that you got to ask yourself, and when you are able to answer them, you need to ensure that you apply into your day-to-day interactions, either at your workplace, your personal front, your friends, social circle, etc. So what is this cheat sheet all about? It's about these 3 questions. Question number 1: what's the best way to work with me? Ask yourself this. The reason why you ask yourself is because this question is about your energy. Are you a morning person? Are you a night person? Do you like to talk ideas out, or would you need some quiet time to kind of ideate? Do you love, or do you prefer big group discussions, or do you like those one-to-one conversations? What really works best for you? And there's no right answer. It's just a reflection of who you are, and you got to be honest about it. When I think about myself, my answer to this question of what's best way to work with me, well, I'm a morning person. Talk to me before the sun gets down. My brain stops working after 5 o'clock in the evening. Absolutely yes. And that's who I am. There's no right or wrong about it. And well, whenever there is an ideation, there is a strategy discussion, etc., I take time to process and understand. So do not expect an immediate reaction if something comes up. I will take my own time. I love deliberation, I love debates, and I love discussion in groups. That's who I am. Now imagine if this aspect of me, how I work, is known to my key stakeholders, what value can it generate for me and the people around me? Let's come to the question number 2 of my cheat sheet. The question number 2 is, what's the best way to talk to me? Very, very important, because this question saves you a lot of hurt feelings. How do you like to communicate? For example, if it's extremely urgent, just call me. Don't email, don't text, just pick up the phone and call. Please don't send long voice notes. I forget them. And another aspect is, how do you really like the feedback? Well, when it comes to me, I like something which is extremely specific, which is action oriented, and most importantly, has a clear mention of what needs to be changed and worked on. What's the bigger picture? You give me the bigger picture, forget about the how. I will get there. But those are essential aspects of how I would like to receive a feedback. Now imagine this being shared with someone at your work or even with your friends, right? A lot of times we might engage in those personal aspects. You kind of negate that by calling it out. What's the best way to talk to you? The last one of the last question of my cheat sheet, question number 3. How can you help me to do my best? And this is a very, very important question. I think one of my favorite questions. It's about asking what you really need. In this case, what I would really need. It could be, I'm bad at starting things. Can you help me break down the big tasks or the big asks and make it into smaller steps? Or I get nervous while presenting. Can you be my practice audience? Or even if I look stressed, just ask me if I want a coffee. That'll help me to calm down. For me, what I do is when I answer this question, I ask my trusted people to make sure that I'm grounded, irrespective of the context and the situation, and help me with perspectives that will challenge me to think differently at that point in time. Because that is the help that I would need. Because I know myself, I can get carried away, and in that carried awayness, I might get very impulsive and I might react. That's why I would want someone to give me a different perspective that will challenge me, right? Now imagine when you ask yourself these 3 questions: what's the best way to work with me? What's the best way to talk to me? How can you help me do my best? And when you respond to this, your awareness about yourself increases. And imagine when you start exhibiting this, when you start letting your stakeholders know about this at workplace, your friends, your social circle, your partner, what changes will it bring into your life? Imagine you're working on a project with your colleague. Instead of getting mad that they keep texting you, keep asking you questions all the day long, your cheat sheet would say, please save your questions and let's do a 5-minute meeting at 3 p.m. instead of texting all day. Imagine that level of awareness and the ability to kind of let your people know what you are saving yourself from. And that's a hack of communication skill that probably nobody teaches or nobody even talks about. And the beauty of this is that you're not being difficult. Instead, you're being very clear. You're being clear about yourself. And it helps everybody. Clarity helps everyone. Let's take another example. With your partner, if you're getting into a discussion referencing your cheat sheet questions, you can let your partner know that if you're planning something, the only or maybe the most caring thing for you would be the broader aspects of the plan, and you may not enjoy getting into the details of it. You might just get lost into the weeds and you don't want it during the planning phase. Now imagine when you clarify this with your partner, it helps your partner to have the clarity in terms of what the discussion could be based upon. Versus you hold this onto yourself and you don't let your partner know, and your partner doesn't know that you don't like the details. Imagine what would happen. Your partner would think that you're not listening, and you would think that, hey, you don't even understand I'm listening even though I'm not interested. That's what you avoid when you have a cheat sheet for yourself. And on that note, let me give you one simple task for this week. Just answer these 3 questions for yourself. You don't even have to show it to anyone yet, but just answer them. You can pick up your phone and go get into your notes tab and just write these questions and respond to them whenever you can. Because step 1 is to elevate your own awareness first and then let others know. And what are these questions of the cheat sheet? Summarizing again. Question number 1, what's the best way to work with me? Question number 2, what's the best way to talk to me? Question number 3, how can you help me to be my best? I urge you to do this and apply, and trust me, and I'm repeating myself like a broken record, you will see yourself how you have transformed. If this made sense and felt doable, please give this video a thumbs up. That's extremely encouraging for me personally. And if you want more simple, no stress tips like this, hit that subscribe button. More videos are lined up for you. Follow me on Instagram. My intent is to break these concepts which are extremely important and which we only realize only after a point in time when life hits us hard. And I would want to break those stereotypes and bring some new learnings through the process of unlearning and learning. Tell me in the comments, what's that one thing that you would add into your cheat sheet? And remember, you're not the problem to be solved. You are a person to be understood. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being there. And I will see you soon. And I hope that this learning for the last few minutes would have helped you, will help you to be a better human being.